where the link is? Now he tells me. There we go. Okay. Well, these are some of the results. In a snapshot, we had more than 7,000 Twitter submissions. For a brand new microsite, there was a whopping 4.53 million hits. We had almost 12,000 blog mentions on Yuna Inspired. And overall, I would say this really was successful because in coming up with just one idea of, okay, let's get Yuna to use her natural fan base on Facebook to create a song, over the campaign period, with the spillover, Canon ended up making her an ambassador. She actually reached 1 million fans on FB, and currently she's on 1.4. I'd just like to now show you a really quick snippet from what we shot, all in line with young generation following this very young singer's journey in New York. A less than 1 minute video.
We are here in New York, and I'm recording live. New York, and I'm recording live from Times Square. And look at all the lights; they're so pretty. I look like a tourist.
Look at tourists!
A very good-looking one. I told him to smile normally, and he's just like.
What picture did you test? Like, what do you find interesting?
It was just a picture of a door. I just take pictures of random stuff.
So that was just a short snippet from all our journeys. We followed this young lady all over the world. Moving along, I'd just like to share with you a really quick snapshot of what we just did for Cornetto. Basically, this was a reality show called Uda Dandara. There are not that many local reality shows that were in Malay on the mass market. It ran on prime time on Astro Ria, and it had a huge 360 spread. Oops. It ran on TV as well as radio. There was merchandising, massive social media amplification, which I will share with you, as well as on-ground road shows. These were the results of Cornetto's Uda Dandara. They had tremendous interaction and sticky content, where what they did in order to ensure that people would tune into the show is they had weekly polls and trivia, and they were giving away weekly prizes so that people won't miss the show, and they were interacting like crazy. In fact, the industry rate, some say, is 30%. On this site, the bounce rate says that if you are at 40 to 55, then that's average. But nobody would disagree that if your bounce rate on your site is 80 to 100, you really better rethink your online strategy, because there's something you must be doing wrong, and the content you're putting up is not what people want. But if it's less than 25%, then that is considered excellent. And this campaign had a bounce rate of 7.67. But the amazing thing is that the campaign ran between May and July of last year, and the increase in Facebook fans was tremendous. It went from 93,000 plus to more than 160,000 fans in basically under 3 months. Moving along. Well, this was actually a very fun project for us, and it's my very, very last slide I wanted to share with you. We basically were engaged by Astro Hits to shoot 10 bands from the many, many entries of people who were all wanting to participate in this Facebook contest to open for Incubus Live, which is huge. Because if you were a fan of Incubus, a chance to open for them is massive. So there were many entries, and from this, we took in the top 10 most Facebook-liked bands who had basically 48 hours to create their music video. They edited it at our production house, and then we put the whole thing together, and the top 3 bands were then sent to Incubus, who picked the winner. Now, what I thought was interesting about this, even though we were more handling production rather than the social media aspect that was handled by TuneTalk, is the fact that even before Incubus stepped foot on Malaysian soil, because a strategy was in place to increase Facebook interaction and awareness, it was very successful. All the bands who loved Incubus were all aware that they were coming to town, and they were also rooting for their favorite local band to open for Incubus. So I just want to share with you a video on what we did with this project.
All of us at TuneTalk, we really hope you have a good show and a great time in Malaysia. Thank you so much for coming down.
Hi Incubus, we are Roosevelt. Hopefully we get to open for your show here in Malaysia.
We are getting into it. We're here at Laundry at the Curve. From 5 bands, only one is going to go ahead.
The winning band is Roosevelt!
It's very hard to put into words. It's our dream come true. Yes! We have the whole crowd out here, you guys, come on!
Well, that's it. And I think you have to get up and start headbanging now. No, I'm just kidding. Well, if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them later. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jojo. I just received a very cool SMS. I think you're right. SMS is very cool. The SMS said, nobody was asleep when Jojo was presenting. Anyway, I should have done this much earlier. Please put on your seat belts. We're actually going for a rough ride. The exit door is that way, should we have any stampedes. You know how it is with Firefly or Malaysia Airlines or Asia. That's normally one of the routine that we do. Safety is first. So that's the exit door, should anything happen to any one of us. Now, the next speaker is a very interesting speaker. He has actually been selected as the 3rd person in the world in the L'Oreal Brainstorm Challenge. So a big hand of applause to the head of strategy, Mr. Chris Wee from Says.com.
Hello. Yeah, fun. Hi guys. Thanks. Okay, I'm just gonna try to do something here. Okay, this is a bit of icebreaker. Okay, find a partner, or like just turn to your right or your left in twos, right? And then I want you to do this. Okay, look at the person's face, right? And you roughly maybe he hot or not hot or that kind of thing. And then guess on you got paper and pen, right? Write down your guess on how many Facebook friends that person has. Okay, do it now. I give you 10 seconds. Look at the face, you see, maybe, I got mole there, maybe more feng shui maybe more friends Okay, pick a partner, right? Okay, pick a partner, and then you write down, you guess how many, don't tell your partner how much you guess, maybe 1,500, maybe 300, that kind of thing. Okay, do it now. All right, okay? And then at the count of 3, I want you to reveal what is your guess to your friend, right? All right? Okay, 1, 2, and reveal. Correct or not? Okay. Let me get a show of hands, right? How many of you guess, you guess less Guess you guess less friends on Facebook. You guess less. How many of you guess more? You actually guess more friends. Right. No, I just thought I played this simple game lah. You know, some people have 1,500 friends, some have 200 friends. You know, maybe Jojo has like 3,000 friends on Facebook or something lah. You know, I do something fun to do. Okay, so the other two speakers was very good insight. I think I was there actually at the Incubus concert. It was a really good concert. Love Incubus. So today I'm going to talk a bit more on employee engagement. So a bit of a confession at SAYS. I personally actually and the guys at SAYS have 3 hidden agendas, right? And the 3 hidden agendas. Number 1. Is that we want to like impact the advertising industry, so like the news industry, advertising. So 3 years ago, you know, when like Kylie thought up of the business model and all, it's another the thought of we want to change how advertising is done. So that's one. But today I'm not going to talk about that. So I have another session tomorrow, so you can come to that tomorrow as well. And then the second agenda is actually we want to change. Like, because you know, like last time we were like Youth Malaysia and stuff, right? So we want to change the lives of people as well. So we want to give power of advertising back to the people. So if you're familiar with the SAYS model, we're actually doing that. We're actually trying to do that. 3 is what I'm going to talk about today, is that our hidden agenda is actually we want to build a great company that we all want to work in. Right? So you know how Gen Y, you always talk about working environment and stuff like that. So that's one of our hidden agenda to really, to impact employees as well. So we've been to our office, Swan maybe. So we're trying to create an environment that employees will love. And how about employees and social media? Today we're talking about social media on branding, on clients, consumers and stuff, right? So why don't we just look internal as well? I think that would be quite interesting. Whoa, my phone went crazy. But anyways, I think one of the main reasons why we should engage our employees in our social media social media efforts is that it's the quickest way to gauge your branding activity. So imagine after all the branding investment you have made, right? And then your own employee, right, cannot tell what is your brand personality and your brand stuff. That's pretty bad, right? So number 1, I think why it's important is because it's the quickest way to gauge your branding efforts. Number 2 is they are your first advocates. People go out to find your fans, your database and everything. You're probably the biggest and the first advocates are actually your employees themselves. 3 is that it actually, from a management standpoint of view, it actually lowers employees' work dissonance. What I mean by that is basically, sometimes when we work, right, like 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to 8 in Malaysia actually, so you actually feel disconnected from what you're working for, right? So I think by the employees interacting on social media, not with just employees, but with consumers as well, suddenly they feel a sense of ownership. They feel, hey, I can connect to consumers as well, not just the marketing team. The finance people can also be on social media and connect to consumers as well. So I thought today, because it's so important for employees to connect on social media, right? I thought I'd give you a snippet or a bit of like an insight to what actually SAYS does, few strategies and a few simple things you can do actually to include your employees. So this is a bunch of words. So this is the SAYS office, by the way. So if you've been, we are at the Bandar Utama. You can drop by, pop me a note later if you want to. And what do we do on social media? How we engage employees? Number 1 is that, of course, we use, so the strategy to involve employees is to use the medium that your employees are already using. So this is the same strategy I give clients in terms of choosing which platform to use on social media. We have a lot of talks about choosing platforms today, right? But the platform that you want to choose is the platform that is natural to your audience. So if your target audience, females 15 to 27, they watch heaps loads of YouTube. They spend a minimum of 1 hour a day on YouTube. Then you want to choose YouTube, right? So similar for SAYS, for the employees, we know that our guys use a lot of Facebook and WhatsApp. Right, so 2 key things we use is Facebook and WhatsApp. I won't show you much on much on WhatsApp because it's quite private lah, right? So, but basically we have a WhatsApp group for every department. So like the strategy team, we have one WhatsApp group, and then for like the sales team, then we have one WhatsApp group. How do we use Facebook? One is that we have a company-wide Facebook private group. So that actually, the day-to-day use. Whoa. Here. No, it's not happening. Okay. So for example, we use the whole company Facebook group to conduct outings as well. So we have this thing, this ritual in sales called the smoke signal. It's basically that anyone can call for budgets to spend, basically lah. It's a decentralized system for outings. We call it the smoke signal. So that day, that's me up there, Christopher Wee, Jelly Wee, if you want to add me on Facebook. I call for a fat-killing murder session. Right, that was yesterday actually. So we went to play badminton with the Group 1 guys actually. Yeah, Group 1 guys. Yeah, Group 1. So we use this for outings. What else do we use it for? Even when we launch campaigns for clients and like we want to celebrate with the team. So that's Terence Ooi shouting out, "Hey, we just launched a campaign for Nescafe." Oh, by the way, it's quite a cool campaign by Nescafe. Go and check it out as well. Basically, you get those artists to teach you how to play their song. So like you get like Mumbai teaching you how to play Kau Ilhamku, that kind of thing lah. So pretty cool. So yeah, to celebrate the team, what your project has been done. What else? So that's Kylie. So that day he went to boot camp and he got hurt, right? So he wasn't coming to work that day, but he was going to work from home. So it is a simple message dropped by on a Facebook group. Hey guys, working from home tomorrow, and he was using his grandma's crutches. Even when there's a problem internally, like a bug, or we find a bug or something like that, they as well can. So we do post that online as well. So another one, interestingly, industry monitoring. Because we realized that, hey, if you hire a few interns and flip newspapers, or quite good lah, right? But what if the whole company-wide, because we're exposed to ads every day, right? And then we do industry monitoring on Facebook. So we started a private group just for campaign monitoring. So like say, oh, MES just launched a new campaign on newspaper. Why is it not on digital yet? Then we can go talk to the guys and say, hey, what's up? You want to spend on digital? Yeah, so typical sales people, right? Even if we see a very nice ad, maybe in Thailand or Philippines, you want to share with the group. This is a place where you can share as well. Even product innovation. So we find that the best ideas actually comes from your employees itself, because they are the one in the heat with the clients. They are the one in the heat with the consumers. They know the product best actually. So we started a private Facebook group for product innovation. Any employee, currently we are about a size of 30. Any employee can actually suggest stuff you want to build on this page, and then the tech guys are in the group as well, so they can evaluate your request and whether it's good, whether it's worth it, and then we can start building it. So yeah, that's Zumi, and yeah, so this is like one of our employees from India that actually suggested, hey, why don't we change our layout to be something like that? And so yeah, so end of the day, maybe four key points I want to drive home today is that use the medium that your employees use every day, and once you start doing that, even when like your company launch like a Facebook group for the consumers, right? Your employees will be already more engaged with that page. Like say, so because they're already used to interacting on social media itself. Use it as part of the work culture. So some things are official, like it's created by the company and said, hey, this says product innovation group. Two is that use it for work and play. It's all work stuff. People are going to be bored as well sometimes. So you put in like certain like memes or funny stuff that you would share on your personal wall in there as well. And of course, as leaders, I think everyone in the company has a certain degree of leadership. So both by leaders and employees as well to use that medium to interact. It's quite nice to having like, I don't know how big the organization but super big boss also using Facebook to interact with you guys. It creates a certain candor and can improve like work productivity and all. So yeah, so that's all I have. Thank you. I'll be speaking again tomorrow, so that's more on the site. Thanks.
Test. Just give me a minute. I've been informed by the MC that we only have about 10 minutes of question and answers time. So that's going to be quite limited. What you have, the panel that we have actually listened from, they come from a very varied background. I have also noticed that with having a celebrity endorsement, I think a social media would work much better than just having your own stuff actually on the face of Facebook or Twitter. But at the same token, I think you really need to have a clear strategy and structure with regards to implementing. Firefly, as an airline, we've actually started in April 2007. In fact, this April 2013, it will be our 6th year. Since we started, we have actually had Facebook, Twitters, and I think that's the only thing that we have, Facebook and Twitters. To be honest, the use of the Facebook and Twitters is more of actually just giving information about Firefly, which should actually be transformed or changed for what it is right now. But I would like to open some questions to the floors. If you have any burning questions after listening to the 3 speakers, you can directly address it to them, or it can actually just be general questions. First one. All the way. Cik Azhar, is it? Sorry, Cik Azhar from Maybank, is it? Okay, the next one, please.
Hi, good morning. My name is Annie, and I'm a big fan of Jojo's Rise. Okay, I have a question to Jojo. How to increase the view for your video or YouTube video?
Hi, Annie. Good morning. Can you just repeat the question? Sorry.
How to increase the view for your video or your video on YouTube?
Okay, I would say that YouTube views are not as easy to generate views as people might think. Even a person who is from an industry where I've seen celebrities put up certain videos, I think it all depends on the content. It depends on whether you share that video and it gets shared on. Generally speaking, I think a video that is funny always sells. Something which is newsworthy, and unfortunately, scandals, anything to do with the news tends to go viral very quickly.